Rook f6 check. Oh, Rook f6 check is mate.
Okay, a little bit of context before we run the footage on our first clip here. Carlsen with the white pieces, you can see from the evaluation, it does not get that much worse if you're playing with the white pieces here. And the reason for that is Carlsen's king is super exposed. And really just a few accurate moves by Caruana with the black pieces should kill this game off. Let's run the footage.
Rook f6 check should win the game here. And he plays it. Can Carlsen go king to c7? He now has 30 seconds on his clock. I think king c7 might be the only move. Carlsen finally slows down. He calculates the variations. And I think king c7 is the best practical attempt. I don't quite see the checkmate after king to c7. Maybe queen a7 check. Fabi taking the time that Magnus is spending, trying to calculate the win. King c5. Now Caruana can win the queen, but that might not be the best thing he can do. Queen c6 check, and rook f4 was winning on the spot.
Just real quick, here's the line that Daniel Naroditsky was speaking about. Instead of checking with the rook, checking with the queen would have won the game immediately.
Caruana could have won the game on the spot with a check on c6 with the queen. And he could have won white's queen without giving up the rook. Now, it's far from easy. The d7 pawn has to be blockaded. Now the b pawn rumbles forward. It's a 3-result game. 2 seconds for Fabi. A check on c7. Panic. He goes back to d8. Magnus Carlsen using his rook and using his pawns, trying to dominate the queen. Now, b6 would be a huge mistake. Magnus Carlsen moves his king out to a4. 3 seconds for Fabi. Uses his own pawn. Here comes Magnus. b6. You can't take that pawn. 2 seconds. h3. A blunder. He gives the pawn away with check. Magnus Carlsen is going to win. b7. King e7. Fabi holding on. Here comes Magnus's king. Now black's queen cannot move. It cannot move because white promotes one pawn and then white promotes the other pawn. Here comes white's king. Rook e3 check and rook e8 is threatened. Rook e3 check. Oh my goodness. Magnus Carlsen might do the impossible here. The rook from d3 is going to deliver a check to the black king. Fabi has to play king f7 there in order to allow a check on f6. And that's a huge blunder. Don't release it. He does. He blunders rook e8. And Fabi can't believe it. King f7 would have held a draw. It would have left the f6 square for the queen. Fabiano Caruana has blundered. Magnus Carlsen has pulled off the unimaginable, an incredible turnaround victory in game 1.
Okay, so in our next game, again, we have Carlsen with the white pieces here. And again, Carlsen in a lot of trouble. Richard Rapport with the black pieces is about to simplify. Really simple, easy couple of next moves. And here you can see he's just up material. He's guarding the 8th rank, so it's going to be really hard to try and promote these 2 pawns super quick, considering the fact that black is also going to go for a pawn break of his own. So let's run the footage and see how this one plays out.
Good check, king f3, and now queen g4 check. Look, queen g4, edge g4, king g4, and it seems like white is better with these 2 pawns, but black also has his counterplay with b5, b4, takes c3, c2, and Richard does it. He doesn't want a draw. He wants to play for a win. b5, f5, b4, f6. What a fight that is. Guys, both these players are going all the way in. Now b takes c3 is a good move. He takes it. f7, push, queens. White also queens. Look at Magnus there, struggling to find a queen, and he's queen. Now, check. Black is still winning, clearly winning, because Richard has played this beautifully. Until now, he's made no real errors, and he is a rook up. The g-pawn needs to be controlled. So all that you must do is get your queen to g4 so that your rook is protected and the g8 square is also protected. That's what Richard wants to do. Magnus down to 6 seconds. Richard has 22. Check. King g6. Check. Now that he's got the queen where he wants it, because now the rook is protected. You see here. Also the pawn cannot queen, so he pushes his pawn. Excellent chess. Excellent chess. Queen f7 blunder. Now rook f6 check. Rook check here. First queen h4 rook check would win, but no. He goes first check. Check. King g5. Rook b8 is important, but no. This check means the position is now equal. Oh, queen e8 blunder. Look at Magnus. He makes a queen. He had 4 seconds. He finds a queen.
Okay, real quick, why can't Rapport capture this queen? If he does, he hangs mate in 1. So this piece is essentially uncapturable from black's perspective, and Carlsen is going to be in the driver's seat up material.
Magnus Carlsen is winning now. Richard Rapport shaking his head. He realizes what a blunder, because if the queen was taken, queen b7 was a mate. That's the reason why the queen could not be taken. And now, with all the drama, Magnus Carlsen is winning. He has an extra queen for a rook, trying to stop the checkmate, but now the queen comes in And look at that. Look at Magnus Carlsen's expression. He can't believe what a game he has played. With that smile is of that person who's played one of the best games in terms of entertainment. Daniel Dubois joins in to share Magnus's happiness, and Magnus says, did you see that game? You know, it was one of the most epic games he has played.
It was such a rush. Like, even if I'd lost that game, I would have been disappointed, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world. It was just so...
It was fantastic.
It was just so insane. And, I mean, to be honest, like, I've almost, like, never had a feeling like that after the game. Like pure, like, okay, yeah, this is what it's all about.
Amazing.
Would it be like your best game, like you enjoyed the most in the recent times?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, no contest whatsoever.
For our last game, we've got the famous Carlsen hustle against Bill Gates. And yes, I agree, it's a little bit of a stretch to call this a dead last position, but I thought I'd throw it in for a little bit of fun to wrap up this video.
Really? Getting a lot of strength there.
Alright, here's the critical moment where Bill Gates hangs mate in 1. He captures the knights on e5, and now Carlsen can swoop in with the queen. Classic checkmating pattern. Now, what should Bill Gates have done here? If he had played rook to e1, which you'll hear Carlsen himself mentions this line, now it's not that easy because the threat that Carlsen had was capturing the knight, removing the defender of the h2 square, for example. Knight captures. Now, after you've played rook to e1, this is no longer that much of a threat because the king can just escape and be perfectly safe, and Bill Gates would be up material and would probably be completely fine to last the remaining, 20 seconds on the clock that Carlsen had. So if he played this, it would have been much harder for Carlsen to win the game.
Oh, that was quick. Oh, that was bad. I'd usually last longer, I think.
Yeah. Well, on this particular occasion, I had to violate one of my main principles that I never play for cheap tricks, and in this case, I did. If he had played rook e1 here instead, giving an air hole for the queen, for the king, I would have had a losing position. So.
Whatever, I wouldn't understand anyway. But congratulations anyway, and I think I was quite impressed. It was very audacious in the way you attacked the play. You know?
Alright, that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching. I really genuinely, people say this, but I genuinely hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and that your chess rating is just skyrocketing. Again, if you like this content, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.